It's important that the shelters that we establish are very low profile. They need to go up quickly, and more importantly, they need to come down quickly in the event we need to blow out of an area and take all of our stuff. So what I want to do is show you the 5-minute shelter system. And the 5-minute shelter system relies on what's called a rapid ridgeline system. So I want to show you how to establish that rapid ridgeline. I'm going to use a length of paracord that's about 25 feet. It's going to be my far side anchor, my first anchor point. So what I want to establish is, I want to establish an end of the line bowline. And secure that with an overhand. So I've got my bowline, and what I'm going to do is, around that far side anchor point, I'm just going to come around, and I can pull the end through all the way and just cinch that down. But I want this to come down quickly in the event I need to. So I'm just going to pull a small bite through, and I'm going to toggle that with one of my tent stakes. And then tighten it down. So now if I need to go, I pop the near side, and then I can just come up here and grab this and pull the far side free and take off. So once again, my end of the line bowline, around the tree about knee height. Rather than pull everything through, I'm just going to pull a small bite through. Place a toggle inside that bite and tighten down against that. And I could use a stick, but I'm just using one of my tent pegs as my toggle on this side. On my near side anchor point, same height, knee height or lower, I'm going to establish a trucker's hitch. So I'm going to come about a third of the way up, tie my overhand slip, forming that loop, come around, and I'm going to come through once, and then a second time to form my round turn, which I'm going to turn into a rolling hitch once I put tension on it. And that rolling hitch is going to catch itself. Tie my half hitch on a bite to establish that quick release. Then I'm ready to go on this side. Now I'm going to use a smaller piece of cordage, and I've switched over to my actual ridgeline I'm going to use, which is more, concealed colors, more natural colors. And I'm using a smaller diameter to create my loop with my fisherman's knot. So it's a little more difficult to see, but just like in the earlier knot video, I'm just creating a fisherman's knot here. Overhand on one side. Now this cordage that I'm using is number 36 bank line. It's a tarred mariner's line is another name for it. And it actually has a sticky tar on it that makes it hold knots really well. And as a Prusik application, which I'm using this for, it works extremely well gripping on the other rope. So I've established my fisherman's knot, my fixed loop with my fisherman's knots. Now I'm going to tie a 4 to 6 wrap Prusik onto my ridgeline. Come through once, twice, and third time to give it lots of good grip. I'm going to dress that up to make sure that my wraps are coming from outside to in, and that my two center wraps are coming out to the loop I created. That will hold extremely well. That's a 6-wrap Prusik with number 36 tarred bank line on paracord. Smaller diameter line or cordage tied to a larger diameter line or cordage holds really well with a Prusik. Slide that one out of the way, and I'm going to tie a second one. Same thing, loop constructed, or loop formed by tying a fisherman's knot. Come over once, twice, third time, and then dress it down. All my wraps are coming from outside to in. Lock that down. I'm going to keep both of these on my ridge line, and I'm going to show you how to put this all together so that it comes out quickly with no tangles and really manages the cordage well and allows you to get this ridge line up extremely fast so that you can establish, your shelter within 5 minutes or less. The first thing I need to do is I need to slide these Prusik loops closer to the anchor. So I'm just going to leave those on, but I want them out of the way. Now on the other side, I'm going to take that, I'm going to pop that quick release. Pop that rolling hitch. Then I'm going to pop this overhand slip out. On this side, I've got my Prusik loops up close as I can get them. I'm going to leave this bowline in, but all I have to do is pull this toggle out, and that releases that toggled bowline. Now I can slide those Prusiks down closer to the bowline, and I can leave all that in. Now I'm going to wrap all this up by taking my Prusik loops and my bowline and just getting them out of the way by laying them in the crook of my thumb and index finger. Now I'm going to take and kind of hold that right there. I'm going to start doing a figure 8 wrap with the excess around my thumb and my pinky finger. Once I'm down to about 4 feet left, we're going to go ahead and take that off of my fingers, being careful not to let it tangle. And I'm going to start wrapping around back towards the bowline. And what I'm doing is bundling this up into a quick deploy package so that when it's time for me to make a shelter, I don't have to mess around with it, there's no knots in it, and it doesn't get tangled as I'm tying it. Once I get to the end, I could throw 1 or 2 half hitches in it, and it keeps it all secure. And this is ready to go right down inside my poncho shelter kit. Now when it's time to put this up, all I have to do is hold my bundle pull out enough to get this bowline around the tree. And slide my prusik loops back out of the way. Do my spiked hitch right here, my toggled hitch. And see, I could drop this entire bundle and it's still not tangled. Now I can hold that in my hand and just let it come out. And establish my trucker's hitch on this end.